Y'all, Tyler Perry needs to be stopped, or at least kept away from boats and time travel. So we all watched Acrimony, and we were left with the question, how did she get on the boat? Like, how did she get on the boat? Tyler, and you still have not given us the answer. And no, this is not an Acrimony review. It's a Duplicity review. And I have some serious questions here. So, spoiler warning, going forward, I am going to spoil this movie. So if you have not seen it, now's your chance to go away. So our story this time takes place, and these are our main characters here. First, we have Daddy. And then we have Fila, a famous news reporter. Daddy number 2, and don't worry, you won't get them confused because he won't be around for long. And Marley, ace attorney who never gives up on a case. Now, Daddy number 2 here, he is best friends with Marley, and he subsequently gets married to her best friend, Fila, our famous news reporter. What ends up happening is Daddy 2 here goes out for a jog one day and he encounters the police, who are evil Carlton Banks and Channing Tatum. When he runs into them, it's because there's a random phone call to a woman who says that Daddy number 2 is breaking into her neighbor's house. So evil Carlton Banks and Channing Tatum get dispatched to this call for somebody breaking into this neighbor's house. When they get there, just like what happens in everyday America, Daddy number 2 doesn't make it home because of police. So then after that happens, our great news reporter here, Fila, who's doing a daily news broadcast, is reading the teleprompter as her husband's name comes across as somebody who did not make it home because of police. And nobody in the studio thought to say, hey, before we type this full name into the teleprompter, we should really stop the broadcast and tell her what happened. Nobody did that. So then Marley, who is our great attorney here, she says, I'm going to go sue the city. I'm going to get justice for Daddy number 2. And that's exactly what she goes to do. So Channing Tatum here is crashing out this whole time because after the unaliving of Daddy number 2 occurred, of course, the city erupts in protest and people are upset. They see the body cam footage and they see Daddy number 2 going for a jog. He has headphones on, and then when the police stop him, he pulls out his cell phone so he could turn off his music that's playing through his headphones. And then, of course, the police were like, he's got a pew-pew. And what did they do? They pulled out theirs, and then Daddy number 2 didn't make it home. And this whole time, Channing Tatum has felt very guilty about this. So what does he do? He decides to go to our ace attorney here, Marley's house, in the middle of the night and apologize. But the thing that's the problem here is this is where Tyler Perry plays with time travel. Marley, ace attorney, pulls up to her house to park at nighttime. It is black out there, night. Once she parks her car, Channing Tatum surprises her and walks into the garage. And it's still nighttime. Marley alerts Daddy. Daddy comes out and sees what's happening. He gets Channing Tatum to leave here, and mind you, it's still nighttime. And then Daddy and Marley go into their house. And if you see through that window back there, it's not as dark out that window as it was just a couple of seconds ago when they were in the garage. And then here's a full-on shot. Look over Daddy's shoulder. It is daytime outside. How is it the middle of the day now when it was just pitch black outside? Doesn't make sense. And y'all, they have on the same clothes. I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. It's in the movie. And then just to solidify it, the very next scene, they're in a dark cemetery. It is the middle of the night. But this isn't where the insanity ends. And I didn't realize I was going to have so much to say. So I'm going to do a part 2 to this. If you want a part 2 of this movie review, you know what to do. Interact with all of the things and check out my YouTube.